Welcome back to Crucible Mixtapes. Today we'll have a shorter video discussing two guns you should be looking for in the world loot pool. You can get them from Shaxx or from the gunsmith or even just from a match completing or from a random engram that drops on the floor. It's basically just any loot that the game can spit out to you. So I just want to talk about the Dire Promise, which is now probably the most meta hand cannon that you can farm in the game that won't be sunset for quite some time. There's no other 150 that has been released in Season 11 for any other slot, so we're kind of stuck with Dire Promise for this season. Yes, Spare Ration's still going to be good for this season, but as far as relevant new loot goes, Dire Promise is going to be around for the next year, so it's pretty worth it to hunt down a god roll or a few rolls that you're comfortable with. Depending on what map you're in, you may have to use a different roll for different degrees of success. But I will say right now that I think the Rangefinder opening shot roll is the true god roll for Dire Promise. It allows you to duel people outside of normal hand cannon range and helps you keep up with the auto rifle and pulse rifle metagame. Mine right now has ricochet rounds, triple tap, and rangefinder. It's pretty good. It's nice and stable. It's missing opening shot, which really puts it over the top, but I'm satisfied with this roll. If I want to, I can dump way more materials at Shaxx, keep playing the lottery machine until it gives me what I want. Don't really care. I think the main two things that are relevant here in the Dire Promise is you're going to want the rangefinder and the ricochet rounds. These two together add enough consistency to your long range game that you're just able to easily transition into longer range fights that normally would give you the fall off damage with other hand cannons. For smaller maps, you're going to probably prefer not a rangefinder variant, but something with swashbuckler and opening shot. Opening shot to give you the most consistent damage on your first bullet, and swashbuckler to help you transition between kills. If you're able to get ricochet rounds or high caliber rounds as the mag, that would be ideal. I do not have that option currently, but I'm still satisfied with the version that I have. And finally, the third Dire Promise that I think you should be on the lookout for is what I call the fastest 150 in the game. It's basically quick draw and snapshot sights if you use elemental capacitor with an arc subclass. You don't even need it. It really is just over-the-top handling. Doesn't give you extra damage, doesn't give you extra stability or reload. It's just handling. It's just the fastest handling that you can get in a hand cannon in a 150 currently in the game. And it's not a god roll in terms of carrying the game. It's just a god roll in terms of pairing it with a shotgun or a sniper. If you can get quick draw on one of those and then have this roll on an arc subclass, you'll be able to do follow-up hand cannon kills after a body shot from a sniper or from a far-range Fellwinter's pellet. You can finish off the enemy with the hand cannon, the Dire Promise like this. So definitely look out for this. Elemental Capacitor is not a garbage perk. It's awesome. The stability chunk is great if you're into Spectral Blades or playing a Void subclass, but I really think the God combo here is the fastest version. There's other combos like opening shot with elemental capacitor is probably really nice as well. But yeah, just play around with elemental capacitor. You'd be surprised at how good the variants of it are. Another good roll for Dire Promise would be the snapshot sights and swashbuckler roll. Very similar to the opening shot one. It's not really necessary, but if you get this, it's still quite good. Don't shard it. Other than this, the other gun that you should look out for from Shaxx and Banshee is the old-fashioned. 140s have not been touched by Bungie in a long time. They probably won't be, but if they ever are buffed by a little bit, I think old-fashioned is going to be the most relevant one for quite some time, since Austringer and Kindled Orchid are going to be retired. What you can do with old-fashioned is get a quick draw explosive payload accurized rounds variant, and this is basically going to give you max range for a hand cannon. Now the thing is, Dire Promise makes this somewhat irrelevant. This is not that much of an advantage, but at the very least you'll be landing that 22 damage from pretty much anywhere on the map. It's great for, again, the body shot sniper follow-up kill with the headshot from the old-fashioned. So that's a good one to look out for. A kill clip firmly planted variant is also great. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to highlight that if you have Crucible tokens from Shaxx, now is the time to look for Dire Promise. Now is the time to put in some muscle memory with it, because for the next season, you're not going to be dealing with any other new hand cannons in the metagame unless Bungie makes 110s, 140s, and 180s meta, which I don't see them doing, so it's going to be the Dire Promise show for quite some time. Get used to it. Hope you guys enjoyed this Crucible mixtape. Dev signing out.